Um, uh, my personal opinion is that you can have what are regulations of requirement in terms of banks or brokers needing to be licensed or regulated, because you do need some form of protection against potential scams and other things. And this is where DeFi, because it's mainly offshore and outside what we know as US regulations, has a bit of a free-for-all, and people have to protect themselves. What I worry about is when there's an overzealous nature for protection or reducing risk, and I call these regulations of aspiration, because they're trying to create an outcome. And with the complex nonlinear world that we live in, it's very hard to really engineer outcomes. And I'll give you an example. Not so long ago, there was an advent of robo-advisors, which you could then sort of dial into, and it showed you a risk thing, and it automatically would, fix your account, based on your risk profile, and make a selection of investments for you, all through some robo program. Well, those didn't exist because someone thought this was good technology and it was a more efficient way to do it. It was the regulations were so complex that a registered investment advisor could not commercially advise you unless you had $500,000 or more in your account, because the cost of compliance was so much that it would not be commercially viable. So if you want to talk about sort of, differentiating between, wealthy and not so wealthy, here you can only get advice if you've got $500,000 or more, or now you're relying on robo-advisors. So again, this is where, consequences of actions can really have a default, a fault that nobody expects. But what I do hope, what DeFi is showing us is there is innovative technology, and if we can do it within, get the efficiencies and the innovation of DeFi combined with the scale and scope of traditional finance, then it begins to open up the world to much more cost-efficient transacting and simpler regulation. And someone used the term, rather than oversight, insight. You can actually track things and think about it. If you had real-time accounting data, Bearings, long-term capital management, Lehman Brothers, MF Global, FTX, with real-time accounting data, would never have happened, or they would have been seen to what they are almost immediately. And I'm not talking about having to disclose all your positions and just basic aggregate financial data. If you were required to, and I'm not saying publish it to the world, publish it to the regulator, publish it to your competitors, those events would never have been allowed to happen. And that's what we've got the potential of, real-time insights.
See more videos and articles at my LinkedIn profile, or go to the Blockheads Thoughts Distributed on YouTube. As the Internet Protocol made communication consistent, Tapestry X will do the same for the secure recording and transfer of digital assets. Go to our website at tapestryx.com to book a demo. Thank you.